Video games have been a rapidly growing industry since their inception in the early 60s. Today, the video game industry racks in nearly $160 million a year and is predicted to nearly double by 2025. The industry did not start this way, however. Only a decade ago, most people held the belief that video games were just a fun pastime, or even just a waste of time. Many would find it hard to consider it a hobby, let alone a full-time job. This is where eSports comes in, a place where the best of the best gamers compete with each other in front of sold-out stadiums for huge cash prizes. Some players collect yearly incomes in the millions and can supplement it by showing their gameplay on live streams or in YouTube videos. So let's talk about how we got here and what has made eSports so successful. One of the main reasons eSports has become so big is the inclusivity of the community. Only a few years ago, video game players were considered geeky misfits whose interests rarely coincided with the interests of their peers. The eSports community gave them a place to be passionate about the games, teams, and players that they loved. Traditional sports have long been a place where people come together to dispute rivalries, analyze plays, and root for their team. So why not eSports too? One of the most effective tools and what has allowed eSports to become such a surging force is none other than the World Wide Web. Streaming and video sharing sites such as Twitch and YouTube have become inseparable from the eSports community. These sites are where all the fans and players come together and watch iconic moments happen in real time or watch highlight reels from past events. Any iconic eSports moment happened on one of these sites and has since been immortalized by the internet and its sharing capabilities. These sites have even been able to turn gamers into celebrities through their content. Some of these people include XQC, Tyler1, Pokimane, Tens, just to name a few. These content creators and eSports broadcasts have quickly been racking in more and more money each year, making many investors turn their heads. Aside from the player community, there are some giants pushing the eSports scene forward. Financial giants. Many teams have been bought and invested in by other sports teams or companies, such as the Chicago Bulls, PSG, Samsung, the Golden State Warriors, Intel, and many, many more. These investors have shoved the esports scene forward with their nearly inexhaustible amounts of money to provide to the organizations they back. While this can be seen as something positive for the scene, there are things that come along with this industrialization that can be less than savory. With the focus of esports becoming more and more money-driven, players and fans are the ones who suffer. Most notably, player contracts are notorious for locking players into unfair deals for years, with no focus on what is best for said player. These contracts scoop up players as soon as they are able to enter the pro scene, usually 18 or sometimes younger, and give them lower than expected money and last for years. Similarly, esports players, unlike traditional sports, do not experience muscle fatigue or have the same risk of injury. This has led to them being expected to play their game for 12 to 18 hours a day. While this may seem like an easy way to make money, rest assured 12 to 18 hours of League of Legends is hell. So what does the future look like for the esports scene? One thing is for certain, its growth is certainly not slowing down anytime soon. Every year, new bright stars come onto the scene and there is always a new team to take them and new fans to cheer them on. As for the negative aspects, veteran players and coaches have begun to speak up on social media, calling out teams for player abuse and unfair contracts. While we might not see Friday night Fortnite or Sunday night Smash Bros on ESPN anytime soon, your kids definitely will, and that is something we can all look forward to.